Let's go. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this question is 1 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 to the power minus 6. What is this? Is 1 plus 10 to the power minus 3 times 1 minus 10 to the power minus 3. Do you guys agree? Okay. So 1 plus 1, 2, 3. 1 minus 1, 2, 3. This is 1.001. And you can already choose this one. Okay? And 1 minus 0.001 is 0.999. Okay? Easy? So the theory is a squared minus b squared is a plus b times a minus b. Okay? Any question? Okay, next one. Let's do it. A nursery sells fruit trees priced as shown in the chart above. In its inventory, 54 trees are less than 5 feet in height. Okay, so here is 54 because here and here is 50 or above. Okay, 5 feet, not 50. 5 feet, sorry. If the expected revenue from the sale of its entire stock is estimated on 2,450, approximately how much of this will come from the sale of trees that are at least 5 feet tall? Okay, Let's do this first. Quantity times value, okay? And let's take from this. He said approximately, so instead to do 1495, I will do 15. 54 times 15. $810. So 2,450 minus 810. 1,640. It's the best way to do. Do you guys agree? Okay. Next one, please. Let's do it. Look, working at a constant rate, a copy machine makes 20 copies of one-page document per minute. So I like rule of 3. Copies minute. 20 copies per minute. Okay? If the machine works at this constant rate, how many hours does it take to do 4,800 copies? First, you do in minutes. Okay, just cross multiply because they are directly proportional. So y is 4,800 divided by 20 is 240. This is in minutes. If I divide by 60, it will be in hours. 4 hours. Easy? Okay. Let's do it. A souvenir vendor purchased 1,000 shirts, so cost 1,000 shirts for a special event at the price of 5 each. So 5,000 the total cost. The vendor sold 600 selling price, 600 the quantity for 12 each. If it was 10, it was 6,000. It was 6,000 with 1,200 more is 7,200. And 300 for 4 each. So 300 for 4 each. So is 1,200. So the total selling earnings was 8,400. What is the vendor gross profit? Minus the cost, that's 5,000. So it's 3,400. Is that okay?
And my parents a lot, that's because of the medical expenses.
Let's do it. In the formula shown, if G is a constant and X is minus 6, okay. So the formula here, minus 6 is equal 1 over 6. I need to find G, and T is 2. 2 is squared, okay? So your pass multiply will be minus 36, and here's 4G. So it will be minus 36 divided by 4 is minus 9. So as G is a constant, it stays minus 9. And now T is 4. Let's find X. X is equal 1 over 6. G we just discovered is minus 9. And T is 4 now, the new value of X, according to T is equal 4, is squared. So X is equal minus 9 times 4 divided by 6. Okay, divided by 3 and divided by 3. This is 3, this is 2. This is 2. 3 times 2, 6. 6 times 4, 24 minus 24. Is that okay? Easy? Only easy questions today again. 25 easy questions today.
Pero yo no importa que se la voy a guardar. No entiendo, ¿eh?
Let's do it. At the opening of trading day at a certain stock exchange, the price per share of stock K was 8. There's someone with a microphone opened. If the price per share of stock K was 9 at the closing price of the day, what was the percent increase in the price? Okay. Percent change is final minus initial over initial times 100. So the final is 9, the initial is 8, over 8 times 100 is 1 over 8. Memorize, 1 over 8 is 0.125. So it's 12.5%. Okay, memorize this, the decimal of 1 over 8. Okay. Next one. Let's do it. On Monday, the opening price of a certain stock was 100 per share, and its closing price was 110. Okay. So 100 to 110. On Tuesday, the closing price of the stock was 10% less than its closing price on Monday. So I multiply this by 90%, by 0.9. It will go to 99. Okay? And Wednesday, the closing price of the stock was 4% greater than in Tuesday, closing on Tuesday. So times 1.04. So I will do this calculation in this way. 36 and 936. It's very fast to do in this way. 6, 9, 12, 1. 102.96, so 103%. So increased 3%. Super easy. Okay. Okay, do it. All these questions are very simple, but we need to pass through all of them. Next class, I will do 25 or 28 more. Then we finish the main book, the easy questions. We go to the medium questions. Done? Look, guys, if x is greater than y and y is greater than z, it's like this. Which of the four represent the greatest number? I will put 3, 2, 1. The greatest number is the biggest distance. So, no, I did right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not feeling okay yet. So I changed the direction of the inequality. Okay, so it's the biggest distance. X minus z. Okay, you have seconds to do this. Go ahead, please. Okay. Here is plus. Minus 3 plus 5 is positive. Minus minus multiplied positive. Here is plus. Minus 5 plus 3 is negative. So positive is only 1 and 2. Okay? Are you able to see? Let's do it. The formula above gives the contribution C in dollars to a certain profit sharing plan for participating with a salary participant. Oh my goodness. for a participant with a salary of S dollars. How many more dollars in the contribution for a participant with a salary of 70K than 50K? Well, 50K falls here. So it's only 10% of 50K. So it's 5K. Very easy. Here, 70K is here. So it's 10% of 70K plus 4% of 70K minus 60K. That is 10K. Okay? I will cut here will be 70K, 7K and 1212 plus 400, 7,400. So the difference is 2,400. Okay. Well, this is a bit more complicated. I'm marking 3 minutes for this one. Go ahead. Okay, let's do it. Look, a certain drive-in movie theater has a total of 17 rows of parking space. There are 20 parking spaces in the first row. So 20 spaces in the first row. In the second, no, sorry, 21 in the second. In each subsequent row, there are two more oh, okay. So here is 23, 25. So from here, that I will call A1. I have a pattern. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. To A16. Why? Because I'm not putting the first row in the arithmetic progression. The arithmetic progression goes from the second row to the 17th row. So it's from A1 to A16. And I don't know how many spaces are here. He wants the summation of all spaces. So first, I will calculate from the second row to the 17th row. To know the A16, okay, the formula is AN is the first term plus the number of terms minus 1 times the number, times the common difference, okay? So A16 is A1, that is 21, plus 16 spaces, 16 rows, because I'm not counting the first one, and the common difference is 2. A16 is 21 plus 30, 51. Now I have the summation of arithmetic progressions given by the first term plus the last term times the number of terms divided by 2. The first term is 21. The last term we just found, 51. The number of terms is 16. Be careful again. Divided by 2. Here's 72. Okay, 72 divided by 2 is 36. 36 times 16. So this is 576. Now I add 20 spaces. Okay, so it will be 596. Is that okay? Good. Okay, 1 minute to do this. Okay. Last fall, 40% of the students at a certain high school participated in an after-school activities. 40%. Of those, 25%, so 25% of 40%, okay? Okay, so 0.25 of 0.4 of the total that he will call X. If there are X students, okay, memorize 0.25 is 1 over 4. So it's 0.1x. Easy? Okay. This is very interesting, this question. Let's do it. For a positive integer a and b, the remainder when a is divided by b is equal to the remainder when b is divided by a. Which of the following could be the value of a times b? Okay. A divided by b has a quotient and a remainder. B divided by A has a quotient and a remainder. He's telling that the remainders are equal. The remainder are equal. The remainders are equal. Well, let's suppose it's 3 over 7 and 7 over 3. 3 divided by 7, the remainder is 3. Okay. 7 divided by 3. Okay. Well, let's go more generic. When a lower number is divided by a bigger number, the remainder is the lower number. For example, 3 divided by 7 is 0, okay? And the remainder is 3. So when a lower number is divided by a bigger number, the remainder is the divisor, that is the bigger number. So the remainder in this case is equal to the divisor. But in any other situation, like 7 divided by 3, okay, is 2, the remainder is 1. When a number is divided by 3, the remainder possible is 0, 1, or 2. Cannot be 3. So when a bigger number is divided by a lower one, the remainder are always less than the lower number. So how is this possible? 3 divided by 7, the remainder is 3. 7 divided by 3, the remainder is 0 if it was exact, is not. Is 1 or 2. In this case, is 1. So in this way, it's never equal. The remainder is never equal. There's only one way that the remainders are equal, if A is equal to B. Then, for example, 5 divided by 5 is the same remainder as 5 divided by 5. If A is equal to B, AB is equal A times A squared. So, which of the following could be the value? It's impossible two equal numbers be equal, a multiplication integers be 24 to be 30, but 36 is 6 times 6 is the only way. Okay? So look, this first part of explanation, you really don't need. If you know, it's better. It's pure arithmetic, okay, through algebra, but kind of plug in numbers, this explanation. When a lower number is divided by a bigger number, this is in the theory. The remainder is always the lower number. And when it's the opposite, always you have from 0 to 1 less than the divisor. So if they are different, it's impossible the remainder is being equal unless they are equal. Yeah.
Marcelo, sorry, one question. I understood like
I don't know why
the
my sound is so low. Let me see if I fix here. Okay,
like for the lower number, I understood that it's gonna be necessarily the reminder.
can you
When
say louder?
can you hear? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I understood the first case. So when the numerator is lower, it's gonna be equal to the remainder. But I didn't understand the opposite way. So
Well,
b
if a
divided.
number,
Mm-hmm.
if you have an improper fraction, for example, 10 over any number from 9 to 1, okay? The remainder is from 0 to 9. Look, any number, if a number is divided by 4, what are the possible remainders? 0, 1, 2, or 3. 4 divided by 4, the remainder is 0. 4 divided by 3, the remainder is 1. 4 divided by 2, the remainder is 2. 4 divided by 1, the remainder is 3. Okay? 4 divided by 5 is 4. Okay? Any number, what are the possible remainders when 6 is divided by an integer from 0 to 5? Do you agree or not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got it. Thank you.
So this is the explanation that I don't know where I found this explanation. Okay. I researched it and I thought was the best explanation because it's what is less dependent from plug-in numbers. You can have a general concept. And in your material, there's these two explanations. Okay. If a number if the numerator, as you said, is lower than the denominator, the remainder is the numerator. If the denominator is bigger than the numerator, the denominator, sorry, is from 0 to 1 less than the numerator, the remainder. So the remainder are only equal if both are equal. Okay, there's a rule here It's like matrix, this. So, but you don't need to know the... Go ahead. I'll give you guys 3 minutes for this one. Okay. Well, in matrix, to find a determinant, A, B, C, D is AB minus AD minus CB. Is that okay? Super easy. He's telling this here. So the first one is 3S minus 1 times T minus 4T minus 2S plus 2S minus 2T. Okay, I'll take the parentheses, minus minus plus, and plus. Is that okay? Look. Plus and plus. Is that okay? Here plus didn't change anything. Okay, doesn't change anything. 3S, 5S, 7S. 4T minus 3T is T. Is that okay? So it's 7 times S minus T and 1. Or whatever. T and minus 1 and whatever. Okay? Because remember, as it's minus what is having here, and it's plus is minus minus, okay? So S7, yes, minus T1, yeah, minus T1 or minus 1T, whatever. Everybody understood?
Yes.
Just a sec. Okay, next one. 2 minutes. Last week, Jack worked 70 hours and earned 1,260. If he earned his regular hourly wage for the first 40 hours, so quantity times the hourly wage, 1.5 times, I will put 3 over 2, plus 3 over 2 for 20 hours. 3 over 2 of the regular for 20 hours, plus 2 times the regular for the last 10 hours. This is a total of 1,260. Is that okay? How much is y? 40y, 10 divided by 210 is 30y, plus 20y is 1,260. 70, 90. 90y is 1,260. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9, so this number is divisible by 9. Is 1, 9, goes 3, 36 is 4. So is 14. Is that okay?
Yes.
Next one. 2 minutes. A rug manufacturer produces rugs at a cost of 75 per rug. What is the manufacturer's gross profit from the sale of 150 rugs? So the cost is 75 times 150, right? The sale is 150, 2/3 of this for 150 each. So this is the quantity and this is the value. And 1/3 of 150, because the rest is for 200. So 75, 15 is 525 in the zero, right? Here is okay, 15K here. And 10K here. Okay. Yeah. I made some mistake here. What I did. Sorry. Okay. So it's 25K minus 11,250. Am I right? It's nobody wants to help me. 5 goes on, 3 goes 2. Goes on, 2 is 3. 7. Yeah, I'm bad. Okay, is that it? Thank you. It's very easy. I was trying to find if I could put anything in evidence, but I think it would be worse. Let me try something. Well, is this way, okay? Well, let me just check this. So it will be 150 times 2/3 times 150 plus 150 times 1/3. I don't think this is a good move because minus 150 times 75. So you'll be 150 in evidence, 2/3 of 150 plus 1/3 of 200 minus 70. No, it's because one to know. This is worse. So we stay with the other way, okay? Super easy. Okay, 1 minute for this one. How many integers x satisfy both? Okay. 2, 4. 0, 3. So the intersection oh my God. I'm starting failing. 2, 3. So the only integer is 3. Okay? Just one integer satisfy both the conditions. Is that okay? I'm sorry. Thank God the questions are very easy. Okay, let's continue. Here in this question, you need to make a decision. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Okay. The table above shows the daily change in the price of a certain stock last week. What was the net change in dollars in the price of the stock for the week? So generally, it's better work in fractions, but here I preferred to work with decimal. So here is 1.5 minus 0.75, so 0.75 plus 0, 0. Remember that I said to memorize. Okay, so 0.75 minus 0.125. Okay, 5 goes 1, 2, 6.625. He's 2 and 25 plus 2 and 25. Okay, 1 over 4 is 0.25. 5, 7, 8, 2. Okay, it's 1 to 5 times 7. Okay, is this. So this is 2 and 7 over 8. Okay, or you can guess 2, okay, and 2. It's positive, so it can be only this one. Is that okay? But it's good to memorize the things. Okay. Next one, just a second. Let's go. The purse contains 57 coins, all of which are nickels. So nickels, dimes, and quarters, 57. If the purse contains X dimes, okay, D is equal X, and 8 more nickels than dimes, nickels is dimes plus 8. So nickel is X plus 8. How many quarters I have in terms of X? So N is X plus 8. Dime is X. I want quarters. Isolate. Quarters is 57 minus 8 is 49 minus X. Sorry, minus 2X. Is that it? Okay. Next one. 2 minutes. Okay. If the sum of the reciprocal of two consecutive, so I have two consecutive, n plus 1. The sum of this, okay, is 1235. Okay, you have the option to develop this, but in my opinion, it's totally unnecessary. Okay. You know that these are consecutive, they are co-primes. Co-prime is two numbers where the greatest common factor is equal 1. There's no other. So the least common multiple is their multiplication. Okay? So it's like this. Let's suppose 1 over x plus 1 over y. And these are co-primes because every consecutive is a co-prime. It will be xy, y plus x. So here is the multiplication of two numbers, and this is the summation of these two numbers. So which two numbers multiplied are 35 and summed are 12? 5 and 7. This is the whole theory that you need for this question. Is that okay? Next one. We have 1 minute. Okay. X squared minus 2 squared times y, that is 1, times z, that is 3, minus x, that is minus 2, times y, that is 1, times z squared, that is 3 squared. Minus 2 squared is 4, times 1, times 3, minus 2, times 1, times 9, 4 times 3 is 12, minus with minus is plus, okay? 2 times 9, 18, so it's 30. Super easy. Okay. Next one. Okay. As shown in the diagram above, a lever resting on a fulcrum has weights of W1 pounds and W2 pounds, located at D1 feet and D2 feet from the fulcrum. The lever is balanced and W1 D1 is W2 D2, so inversely proportional. W1 is 50. I will substitute here. And W2 is 30. D1 is 4 feet less than D2. So D1 is D2 minus 4. So here is D1, here is D2. So 50 D2 minus 4 is equal to 30 D2. I distribute 50 D2 minus 200 is equal to 30 D2. 50 minus 30 is 20 D2 is equal to 100. D2 is equal to 10. Okay? Okay, this is not that hard, but it's a lot of work. I'll give you guys 3 minutes. Go ahead. In a certain learning experiment, each participant had 3 trials and was assigned for each trial a score of -2, -1, 0, 1, or 2. The participant's final score consisted of the sum of the first trial score, 2 times the second, and 3 times the third. If Anne received a score 1 and -1 for her first 2 trials, not necessarily in that order, which of the following could not be her final score? Okay. So N, or she got 1 times 1 plus 2 times minus 1 for the first two, or 1 times minus 1 plus 2 times 1, okay? So here the score to the second trial is minus 1, here is 1. Now, is plus 3 times minus 2, or 3 times minus 1, or 3 times 0, or 3 times 1, or 3 times 2. And here the same, but is 3 times minus 2, 3 times minus 1, 3 times 0, 3 times 1, 3 times 2. So 3 times minus 2 minus 6 minus 1 minus 7. 3 times minus 1 minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. 3 times 0, 0 minus 1 minus 1. 3 times 1, 3 minus 1, 2. 3 times 2, 6 minus 1, 5. 3 times minus 2 minus 6 plus 1 minus 5. 3 times minus 1 minus 3 plus 1 minus 2. 3 times 0, 0 plus 1, 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So minus 4 we have here, minus 2 we have here, 1 we have here, 5 we have here, and 6 we don't have. Here I will give you guys 1 minute and a half. A school club plans to package and sell dried fruit to raise money. The club purchased 12 containers of dried fruit, each containing 16 and 3/4 pounds. So 16 and 3/4, to do an improper fraction, you multiply by the denominator, sum the numerator, and divide by the denominator. 16 times 4 is 64. Memorize. So it's 67/4. I need to multiply this by 12. And everything I will divide by 1/4. Okay? So look how this stays. Okay? Because you put in bags of 1/4 pounds. Okay? So 6/7/4 times 12 I copy the first one, multiply, invert to the second one. Okay, 67 times 12. 7 times 2 is 14. Is this one, right? Because if it was 10, it was 670. Okay, but it puts 134 more, right? Okay, we don't need to do all the calculations. Okay, just a second. This is the last one of tonight. Go ahead. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Ready? Go. Okay. The annual profit or loss for 3 divisions of company T for the years 91, 95 are summarized in the table shown, where losses are enclosed in parentheses. For each division and which 3 consecutive years was the division's profit or loss for the 3-year period closest to 0? We need to make the calculation. Division A, 91 to 93. A, 91 to 93. Okay, 1.9 plus 1.2 is 3. Minus 3.4 minus 0.4. B, division A, 92, 94. Okay, 3.9 minus 3.4 is 0.5. C, division B, 91, 93. It's too big. I will not even consider. Look, minus minus with this. No, it's not that. B, 93, 95. 93, 90, the same. Still big compared to this. Okay. So now let's see the last one. Division C, 92, 94. 92, no, 5.3, 6.3, 6.4, 6 is 0.2. So this wins. Okay. And we stay here tonight. Thursday, I will finish the book it would be 78 questions, easy questions level from the official guide 2026-2027 quantitative sector session. Okay, thank you very much for the attendance. See you guys Thursday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Marcelo.
Thanks.